So our good friend over at YouTube, Vars III, has given us the green light. We can react to one of his videos. Broken moves that no one ever talks about. When I saw the title of this video, I was like, damn, you can make a whole video on this. And I might be a genius because he actually made a whole video on it. And that's where I got the idea of making a video on it. Anyway, there is a lot of low-key broken moves on some pretty dog water characters, right? Like, just off the bat, I'm seeing Bowser Jr. and, like, dude, this character has egregious moves all around. But, like, Forward Smash is, like, probably the first move that comes to mind. And then, like, Forward Air. Time for Icy's down tilt. That's also a very good move. Yes, Ganon Nair. That's his only good move, you know? You could probably name just about any character in the game, and they have at least one broken move. A move that either carries them, or it makes them a threat, and makes them deserved to get camped, you know? That's kind of like how tier lists work, you know what I mean? Like, the better your character is, the more good moves you have. And then the lower on the tier list you go, the less good moves you have. And those moves are generally so over-centralized that you just don't even interact with them. You'd rather just camp them. Anyway, let's see what Vars has to say about it.
Welcome back to another Smash Ultimate video, and today I wanted to make another discussion on moves or attacks in this game that I'd assume most people find overpowered or annoying to deal with, but you
It's not Mecha Koopa.
rarely, if ever, come across them when people bring up the ad nauseum topic of broken moves. I've already made a piece talking about the top 10 strongest individual attacks in the game in my opinion, and those are moves that very frequently get brought up in Smash discourse. But for today we'll be going through broken attacks again that nobody really complains about, or rather, I shouldn't say nobody because inevitably there will be people in the comments going,
You know, he did just show Toon Link F tilt. That move is crazy. He just goes like this, and there's a hitbox behind it for some reason. It sends forward. It has like good base knockback.
But anyway, without further ado, let's get into brass tacks and go through as many as I can. And by the way, to anyone watching this who knows me in real life, you know exactly which people I have a grudge against when I made this video.
Who?
First one I want to go over is Bowser Jr.'s Clown Car Dash, his side
B is not broken. The heck?
widely regarded by many as a dire version of Sonic Spin Dash. I actually think it's a lot more of a war crime than people give it credit for, and
It convinced me, Vars, because I don't think side B is broken. Is it just the mind games surrounding it? I don't know.
potentially even better than Spin Dash in certain ways, while of course falling short in others. When taking a look at this
I think when you compare it to Spin Dash, it's not fair because Clown Car is definitely more rewarding than Spin Dash.
attack, Bowser Jr. jumps back a small distance before charging forward. While in this state, attacking the Clown Car with anything less than 10% damage will be armored through, opening up a ton of different options for Jr., not the least of which being his ability to face tank any ground pressure projectile like a Mario Fireball, Pikachu T-Jolt, or Link Boomerang. The speed of the Clown Car varies depending on where and when you use it. For example, when using it in the air, he travels a modest distance, but on the ground, it's one of the fastest burst movement options in the game, on par with Spin Dash, and for some reason, it's not really clear which one it could be. Adding more to its movement capabilities, the fact that it can bounce up and down if used airborne, giving it better verticality and coverage. Worse yet, Jr. can also fully jump cancel Clown Car, something even Sonic Spin Dash is unable to do without using down air to stop his momentum. As a result, gauging Jr.'s threat level becomes very difficult as you never know if he's gonna truly commit to charging full speed at you or stopping midway through. Continuing
I just don't think that makes it broken. I don't know.
with the mix-ups, there are two different attacks you can do with this side B. First being a jump cancel attack, leading to the patented side B up B kill confirm. The other option is to perform the spin out, which, while more dangerous if missed, not only deals insane shield damage, opening up the door for shield break setups, but it can kill you outright, having enough kill force to be on par with the heavyweight smash attack. On top of having insane power, it's also a recovery tool. The brief air stall followed by good horizontal travel at the expense of no verticality makes it great for getting back to stage in a lateral fashion. To make matters worse, Jr. can use Clown Car Dash twice off stage, giving him way more travel distance and most importantly more mix-up potential, since he can stall for a fairly long time before having to actually recover. This move single-handedly makes fighting Jr. a lot harder than he honestly should be. It dictates the flow of neutral, can threaten tons of area on stage, can lead to very cheesy kill setups, and has no shortage of mix-ups in both neutral and disadvantage. I understand Jr. desperately needs it, but isolated in a vacuum, this would easily be in top 10 side Bs. Practically infinite mix that's only really kept in check by the fact that Jr. is a mid-tier character.
Do you see how much startup that move has? Like, you know?
Next move I want to talk about is Toon Link's forward tilt. For
Yes,
the longest
sir.
time ever, people considered Toon Link to be the weakest of the three Links due to playing a lot slower overall than the other two Links, and not having any egregiously overpowered singular attacks like Young Link's
It's because you hear the little snare drum in the middle of his song right here.
Neutral B or regular Link snare and remote bomb. But after seeing Toon Link's thoughts on the rise, there's one move that people should be complaining about a whole lot more: forward tilt. At first glance, it doesn't seem like that offensive of an attack. Like most other F-tilts, the goal of this attack is to hit whoever's
his dash tag also goes in the conversation too. We'll get to that.
in front of you. Forward tilts usually have moderate damage and decent frame data. Even visually, it doesn't look all that problematic. Just your garden variety sword F-tilt. So what's the issue here? Everything. To start, it's one of the spammiest F-tilts in the game, especially for a sword F-tilt, being frame 9 on startup, which isn't bad at all, and only 29 total frames, very close to Mentos F-tilt. Also, it's minus 11 on shield, making it one of those attacks that while you can add a shield it, you can only do so if you're preemptively mashing your add a shield option. You can't
And he's short, so you can't get like anything good out of it.
see Toon Link's F-tilt hit your shield, then react to it, and then grab her up B or up smash. Secondly, look at the hitbox. It starts a measurable degree behind him, making it one of the few F-tilts in the game that can attack opponents not just above, but behind Toon Link if, for example, they
Yeah, that right there. That happening to me every time I fight a Toon Link makes me hate this move. Exactly what's going on with Ganondorf right here.
try to roll through him. Then, it's got 3 active frames at the endpoint, of which the 2 larger hitboxes can 2 frame very comfortably. Finally, look at the angle all hitboxes send you at, virtually horizontal. This attack is one of the best ledge trapping tools in the game and one of the best gimbing tools against anyone with a vertical recovery.
Not
it can even
fair.
kill at higher percents. I know Toon Link is pretty notorious when it comes to hitbox sizes or lack thereof, but his forward tilt is that one move where the hitboxes do not at all resemble the length of his sword. It's big enough to hit ledge hang while catching roll get-ups at the same time and even serving as a decent anti-air. I don't want to hear a word from Toon Link players about stubbiness when you have an F-tilt like that. For our third move, we're gonna
It's broken. Alright, what do we got next?
talk about a character that literally no one talks about anymore, Marth.
F-tilt? It's probably Marth F-tilt. Or side B? Side B's not like broken, but F-tilt is like, it's kind of like one of those play the game for you nairs, except it's on the ground and except it's on a booty butts character. It's probably F-tilt. I mean, like, the tipper kills really early, it hits on platforms. Like, it hits people, it tippers people on platforms. F-smash? F-smash isn't like broken though. I wouldn't say F-smash. Like, it just kills early, but everyone knows it kills early. You know what I mean? We're talking about broken moves no one ever talks about. I'm thinking it's either F-tilt or F-tilt.
I feel like over the history of Smash Ultimate, Marth has to be the most downplayed character in the game. People legitimately resigned to putting him at bottom 10 purely due to his tipper inconsistency, which I admit is a non-negligible concern. But to argue he's a bottom 10 character when he has a ton of really broken attacks makes me feel
Nair's
like
also
people have
really
been
good
far
too.
too ignorant of the potential he has. One in particular that I want to complain about is up tilt.
Up tilt's okay. I don't know. It's definitely very good, but F tilt is just up tilt, but over here. You know what I mean? That's why I think F tilt's better for this conversation than up tilt. It kills very early. I'll give it up.
I had half a mind to touch on forward tilt, but we already talked about an up tilt, so let's add some variety. Sword up tilts are known to be some of the best anti-airs in the game, covering a wide arc above their respective characters and even having decent knockback scaling to threaten stocks later down the road. But for the most part, the point of an up tilt is to get opponents in the air and keep them in the air. Such is the case for his Echo Fighter Lucina, whose up tilt carries good range, coverage in front and behind her being very fast to frame 6, and having early percent combo ability while also being a reliable
tilt is
kill
so
option around the 160-170 mark, namely with the back end of the attack. Marth's up tilt shares much of the same qualities, only there's 2 differences. One, its power is consistent across the front and back, as opposed to Lucina's front hit being weaker. 2, while the sour spot's unsurprisingly weaker, the sweet spot kills like a motherfucker. Tipper up tilt is ludicrously strong, being able to threaten stocks as early as 105%.
As early as 105%, bro. Do you know what percent these DLC characters are killing at off of like frame 3 options? Come on.
Unlike his other moves, achieving the tipper is surprisingly easy.
Look at that. That's not even the tip, bro. What the heck is that? He is spitting though. This is one of those like Clarin moves where it's actually harder to hit the sour spot than the sweet spot. I'm gonna go yell at that bird.
Do depending on the setup. For example, small battlefield's platforms are placed at just the right elevation to where the first couple frames of the attack are practically guaranteed to tipper, effectively giving Marth the strength of an up smash, but on an up tilt. Secondly, up tilt's early hitbox, the one that starts in front of him, is closer to him and low to the ground, making this one of the few moves in his kit that can potentially sweet spot at close quarters, especially if the opponent's on the floor, such as if they missed attack, which Marth can easily force.
That was
with his
crazy.
down
You can
tilt.
up tilt that.
The biggest thing about Marth that players have a
What's up, Storms? Thank you for the 32 months. F-tilt is more broken considering ledge trapping is so relevant. It also hits platforms. F-tilt's also a neutral playing tool on top of a ledge trapping tool, whereas up-tilt's like good for juggling and like platform chasing. Still.
Bad habit of downplaying is that while he can struggle to land tippers consistently, when he does, all of Marth's attacks are stronger than Roy's. For example, Marth's tipper back air beats out Roy's ult back air and knockback strength, or strong hit dancing blade is stronger than strong hit double edge dance. It's obviously much harder to do, mind you, but the point is, Marth's attacks hurt, and up tilt is one of the best examples of that in my opinion. You can tipper in reasonably often, and when it hits, notably if the opponent's on the platform, you can explode them insanely early. This is all while still retaining.
Look, that's another reason why F tilt's super good. Look how close he starts this F tilt, and then look where he ends.
If the opponent
Like, he gets pushed back a little bit too once he does the F tilt.
properties,
He reaches very far forward.
good up tilt, wide area coverage in front and behind him, massive disjoint.
Look,
and
even Leo agrees. Look, in a situation where you definitely want to do up tilt, he F tilts.
Coverage.
Because this F tilt, it almost covered it. On a stage that wasn't Town and City, this F tilt actually hit Riddles. See? Leo agrees.
The coverage in front and behind him, massive disjoint, and early game combo potential even with the weak hits. Although except when compared to Lucina's up tilt, which doesn't kill you until like 170, Marth's up tilt kills you at a percent you'd expect up smash to. A criminally underrated move that people should give more attention to. Let's go back to special.
Barely killed Puff at 156.
If ever does it come into the equation when discussing the best up Bs, Bayonetta's Switch Twist. The community typically evaluates Bayonetta's kit when used in tandem
we
with
know.
each other,
We
seldom
know it's
talking
broken.
about singular
We just don't
attack.
talk about it, which I guess is the whole point of the video.
Combat-wise, Switch Twist is one of the best up Bayonetta shields in the game at frame 6,
True.
now by Samus and Game & Watch at 4 and 3 respectively. Since you can use up special regardless of direction as opposed to an up smash for instance, the fact that Bayo only scoops up in front of her is a moot point. You have a quick and a shield option that can easily combo into any semi-fast attack you can think of. In fact, I'd argue other characters could use their up B better than she can if they have a stronger aerial attack.
There are also situations where, as Bayonetta, you want to just up B their double jump. Like characters that have to go low to recover, you just scam them with up B. And then they don't have a jump and then it's over.
But overall, the main reason this move is so good is because of the sheer amount of mix it has. Switch Twist can be used for standard recovery purposes, traveling extremely far when you double jump cancel it, which by the way, if you use up B shortly after a double jump, you get your double jump back, practically making Bayo a multi-jumper. You can stagger your second up B from the first one to be used at any time you want, and most crucially, it offers total freedom of action. Even other actionable up Bs like Game & Watch or Cassia prevent you from doing something out of them, but Bayo gets complete access to her character. Again, you can up B twice and then double jump after. In combat, it's a frame 6 sided shield option that can cover a nice area above her, making you usable as a preemptive anti-air, not even as an out of shield option. Finally landing it guarantees any decently quick follow-up you can think of. It is a fantastic up special that I feel like people don't complain about as much as they should be. Likely because they're too busy complaining about Afterburner Kick, which also is a war crime.
True, I complain about ABK more than I complain about Witch Twist.
I think we have enough time for one more, so I'm gonna go with the back air. And
An underrated back air. Let's see, before he even shows a character, I mean, Ike comes to mind. Most back airs are designed to be broken. I feel like the forward air is the combo tool usually, or the play neutral tool, and then the back airs are the kill tools. Usually ending combos or just going for raw back airs. Yeah, honestly, Charizard is a good one. Wolf back air, everyone knows about Wolf back air. Come on, Corrin back air, we know that's broken. Also, like, I don't know, like, again, like, I would say Charizard, actually, but people know Charizard back air's broken, surely. You see it.
the one I want to choose, well, technically there's two of them,
Oh
but
yeah,
the same
someone
move.
did say Ryu. Someone watched this video. Ray, you watched this video. You're not an intellectual.
Ryu and Ken's back air. When you think of the best back airs, they're often a combination of speed, power, range, and safety. Palutena's back air is fast, has decent power, is pretty safe on shield, and obviously unchallengeable by virtue of an invincible hitbox. Cloud's back air has tons of range, good power, and is one of the safest moves in the game. Those are easy ones to point out, but there's a back air that I believe is heavily slept on for the simple reason that they're not the most common attack you'd see from Ryu and Ken. Honestly, it doesn't take much of an examination to know why this move is so good. In fact, I dare say the only reason it's not a top 10 back air is because it's stuck on two characters who involuntarily have to face their opponent, making it so the only way you can use this move is by a reverse aerial rush. Opening up with its attributes, it has a frame 8 startup, making it one of the faster aerials in the game. It has a huge hitbox along their leg, even covering a degree above and below it, like look at that shit. and it has a consistently strong hitbox all throughout compared to other back kicks which usually require you to sweet spot the foot. By the way, if you're wondering why there are two overlapping hitboxes, the strong hit, the one in red, takes priority, meaning the only way to get the weak hit, which to be fair is still insanely strong, is to hit that very tippy end of their foot.
Why is there even a hitbox there?
In any case, this move is one of the highest damaging back airs in the game at a staggering 16%.
It also combos.
Which when paired with the multiplier makes their back air do 20% off a full hop. Along with a ton of damage, it also kills really early too, around like 90% of the ledge, pretty much equal in strength and kill power to an Arsene back air, but consistently available. To top it off, it has good auto-cancel ability along with it being -4 on shield, so not quite.
When you see Ryu's using light F-tilt at ledge, they're trying to catch you DIing in so they can combo it into back air. This I know.
As safe as a quad back air, but certainly very close. Again, the main reason people don't talk about the Shoto's back air that much is because they can rarely use it in conventional ways. But if they could short hop back air, short hop back air, short hop back air like you see Cloud, Fox, and Palutena players do, this move would be bitched about a lot more. All things considered, it's probably the best back kick back air in the game. I feel like even Wolf players would prefer this back air. Actually no, that's a hard statement. Wolf back air is incredibly BS. Point being, Frame almost the same as Cloud back air, does 20%, can auto cancel off anything except a short up fast fall, has the kill power of an Arsene back air. This move is crazy.
The only problem with Ryu's back air is that it doesn't hit, like it hits pretty high. It doesn't hit very low, so it's really hard to time. Also like, just like making short characters even bigger of a problem.
Of course, like all content of this variety, it comes down entirely to opinion. For some people, they might not see these attacks as overly problematic, while others might think I'm wrong for saying no one talks about them. But usually when I hear discussion for F-tilts, people talk about stuff like Sephiroth, Min, Belmont, Smithro, what have you, not really Toon Link. Or for back airs, people talk about Wolf, Palutena, Cloud, Pikachu, Korin, not really the Shotos, so on and so forth.
True.
Anyways, let me know in the comments down below what other moves you believe are ridiculously overpowered for how low of a profile they keep.
Good video, I'd say. Could have gone for more characters, to be honest. Let's go into Elite and start using some of our own most underrated moves. Yeah. Let me show you guys why Marth F-tilt should be talked about. I can't really do it because of my controls, but this pivot boost F-tilt is so good. You could literally play neutral with it. Didn't even tip her? See? Dude, I just hit tipper F-tilt on his shield and it's unpunishable. Especially on the plat. I should have countered it. F-tilt. Broken. Why's his name me? Or it's a closet Game & Watch player. It's also really good for ledge trapping, which kind of like Storm said, yeah. Is that good? Hipper. Did I just get outspaced by Bao Jiao Bear? Guys, yeah, dude. I up tilted, didn't cover everything, bro. You said. No tipper? I will say one thing that the up tilt has over the F tilt is the speed. So yeah, let's think of another move. Something nobody talks about. Low-key broken.